Good Wednesday afternoon, Vermont Utility Outlook. This is valid the rest of today, Wednesday, through next Tuesday, June the 16th. Well, our next customer is on its way, moving across portions of Ontario province, and with a line of showers and thunderstorms. Some of the thunderstorms could be on the strong side as it enters the St. Lawrence Valley later on, late this afternoon and into the early evening hours. Looks like the arrival time for Vermont will be probably after 8 o'clock tonight. And most of the heavy action is going to be to the west of us with decreasing amounts of instability through the night. So we're not anticipating any strong thunderstorms. However, this will need to be monitored. Lightning will be the main concern tonight, and this will be covered with a heads up that'll be issued later on this afternoon. This particular storm system is a quick mover, so we're not anticipating flooding rains with it. It does look like the rainfall aspect is going to be a lot lighter, but the storms will move on through, and there could be, again, some lightning tonight, and we'll discuss this later. Now, good project weather is indicated. The rest of today, Wednesday, no real issues to worry about. Decent dry weather. And again, it looks like after that weather system blows on through during the nighttime, we'll see decent conditions as well on Thursday, as well as good project weather on Friday, although northwestern Vermont will become susceptible to some potential showers and thunderstorms creeping in across mainly northwestern Vermont on Friday. Looking at the European model, this is accumulated precipitation, and the storm track for thunderstorms really comes out of the central and southern plains and then across into the Great Lakes and then into the northeast United States. A little more centered on the St. Lawrence River Valley up to our north, but will affect a good portion of Vermont, and so we'll see a series of thunderstorms work in from the west. These are the thunderstorms coming in for tonight. It looks like they get into here late during the evening hours and kind of fall apart and then sort of redevelop and then work across the region during the overnight period. So again, lightning is going to be the main aspect. So the daily synoptic every 6 hours, we're looking at this next weather system blowing through here, and you can see it drags a cold front, and the main storm system off to the north across Quebec. That's the one that moves through tonight. Then it gets out of town. Looks like we get into some pretty decent project weather again on Thursday. No precipitation except mainly in the morning hours up in the far northern areas. That pretty much exits quickly. And then we're in for better conditions. It looks like a 2-day plus dry stretch up until the time we get into late in the day on Friday. This next weather system will start to produce some precipitation fairly late in the day, mainly affecting the northwestern corner of Vermont by 8 p.m. on Friday evening. That system moves on through. We'll drag a cold front through. A lot of precipitable waters will be relatively high, so maximum rainfall possibilities once again. And then that moves on through fairly quickly, and we get into another area of higher pressure, dry out, basically for the last half of Saturday into Saturday night and Sunday. And then beyond that, we have another customer coming in. This is going to be developing along about Monday. Timing on this is a little different. This is the 12-hour year period before, so you can see that things have sped up just a little bit. There's your 12-hour differences in model runs. So again, low confidence on this far out into Monday, and then beyond that, it looks like that moves on out, and then we get into some unsettled sporadic showers, it looks like, on Tuesday. 7-day total precipitation from the Water Prediction Center shows you the main area we just saw, the European model, totally in agreement with really the southern and central plain states, and then arcing into the southern Great Lakes and then into the St. Lawrence River Valley. Northern Vermont more under the gun than southern Vermont. This blue line here is the 1-inch amount for 7 days, so drier conditions to the south of us. And the GFS ensemble model in pretty good agreement with the European model, showing the same kind of thing. And really not a tremendous amount of precipitation for this next event that's coming. We get a period of drier weather through here, and then a little bit heavier precipitation working in. This is again centered on Burlington, and then you can see it's a little bit dicey from that point on. What about temperature? Well, the 5-day maximum temperature anomaly shows that a little bit above normal just to our south. With the incoming weather systems that will be coming out of the plains, this is more or less rain-cooled air, so near normal. And pushing this along, this weighted maximum temperature anomaly 3 days later, we get into a little bit above normal temperatures. Looking at the daily max and min temperatures, this is centered on Montpelier. We can see this morning's low. This is our daytime high. up around the mid and upper 70s, and then a more moist night will yield temperatures that will get down around 60, 65 degrees. And then temperatures up around that mid to upper 70s, I think, again during the day on Thursday. A little cooler night, lower dew point temperatures will allow that temperature to free fall a little bit more. So we're talking basically comfortable night in the 50s. And then temperatures go back up on Friday in the mid to perhaps upper 70s. And then it gets a little more dicey here, and this is when that next weather system will be working in for Friday night into Saturday morning. Probably rain-cooled air. And then you can see this sort of steps down here with the GFS ensembles showing a couple model runs with cooler conditions and temperatures all the way down into the 40 to 45 degree range as we get towards, say, Sunday night. And current conditions, again, nothing really too extreme. The cold air is pretty much up near the pole and across Greenland, the ice sheet. That's good there. And we're seeing temperatures that are relatively moderate, nothing super, super warm nor super, super cold. And this is the large-scale features temperature anomalies at 850 millibars, or roughly about the top of Mount Mansfield. It's a good indicator of whether we're going to be above or below normal in temperature. So anything in the darker reds there is above normal. This is valid on the 11th of June and tomorrow, so we can see that we're a little bit above normal in temperature, not much. Then we cool back down, looks like, as we get toward the weekend. And then that kind of exits out of the region, and we go a little bit back above normal. And the tendency is we stay above normal up until probably about the 22nd or 23rd, as a slightly cooler blue temperatures here, a little bit below normal temperatures start to work on in. Again, this is the European ensemble, which is a very accurate measurement here going out this far. So continuing along here, we're into the 28th of June, and it looks like it's generally a warmer than normal June overall, but a little cooler than normal. That would suggest a trough of low pressure of some sort, and probably a lot of storminess. So anytime you see this kind of a signature here, I would think that it's going to be a relatively active June for thunderstorms. As we get into carrying this a little bit further, there's the 4th of July. 4th of July is one of the more pronounced time frames that we see severe weather, and it looks like it's going to be above normal temperature based on this. This far out, however, is take it with a grain of salt. And there you go. That's up through the 10th of July. Again, troughs of low pressure, probably some kind of a jet stream here, sort of demarcation between the warm and cold, and so probably a fairly active weather pattern ahead for this summer. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.